For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
Applications are ongoing for the June and September 2020 programs for diploma, bachelor's, master's and PhDs in all our campuses with online classes available. Prevent the spread of COVID-19 by following the government health guidelines. The University of Nairobi is a world-class university committed to scholarly excellence.
This new pack is available in all leading supermarkets and outlets. It's still the same flour. Pembe yangu ni poa.
The jury has decided. The Kenya Film Commission is delighted to announce the shortlisted 20 nominees for the third edition of My Kenya, My Story mobile phone film competition. Join the Commission on Wednesday, 17th June for the nominees unveil live on NTV from 7:30 p.m. and get to know who scoops the top prize of 200,000 shillings during the award ceremony slated for 30th June 2020. Kenya Film Commission. Film Kenya. Capture Africa.
NTV, turning on your world. The following program has been rated PG. It may contain scenes unsuitable for children under the age of 10.
Hi there, welcome to Unscripted with me, Grace. It's a pleasure as always to have you here with us. What can I say about today's show? Today's show is one of strength and resilience. Here's a disclaimer, there may be lots of tears in this show, but it's one that will hopefully encourage you, give you hope, and in this season, I think it's something we need. So please stay right where you are. Welcome to Unscripted, and I hope you're staying well and safe, but I'm glad to see you. Let the show begin. Hi there, thank you so much for making time for us. Like I said before, our guest today is one special lady, Jackie. Your story is one of strength and resilience, and I am honored to have you on the show.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you for coming. I know I can't greet you or hugs, so
we're living in
air hugs.
Air hugs. We're living in very strange times.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
May all this be over soon. We hope you're keeping safe and positive at home, of course. So let's start with, who is Jackie? Where did you grow up? What are your fond memories? But first, who is Jackie? If you could describe yourself. What do you do? What do you love?
I wear many hats, great, but today allow me that I'll wear the mommy hat. I'll speak as a mom, and it's one amazing gift that God has bestowed upon me. I've been born, raised in Nairobi, close-knit family, big family, raised with both the nuclear and the extended family. We were raised with very loving parents, very strong parents. We did not have much, but we had enough. But we did not lack. They ensured that all our basic needs were met. And I remain forever grateful. Sadly, lost my mom, who battled with cancer and succumbed on June 18th, 2012. But grateful that she saw most of us, she left most of us when we were adults. She got to see a number of us, get married. She got to meet a number of her grannies. So for that, we are grateful to God, and may she rest in peace. We celebrate her. We celebrate her.
What lessons are you carrying with you as you mother your children, Ms. Jackie?
Oh, my mom was such a strong mom. She was such a strong woman. And I think some of the strength through the journey after, for me, was from her. Strong resilience. She taught us that no matter what we came through, or no matter what we were dealing with, we just had to keep at it, fight, put up a fight, and keep hope alive. And I think that has carried me through many, many dark days and many dark seasons. And her favorite lines were, God is good all the time. And she said it in Luo. And now I moved to mother tongue. Nyasaye ber secheduto. She loved to say that. And on dark days, on difficult days, I remind myself on that God is good and all the time.
I can only imagine, I mean, you're a young girl at 14 years, and you discovered you had sickle cell anemia. How was that journey like for you? How has it been like for you? And of course, your mother, walking that journey with you. How was it?
I used to get jaundiced a lot. My eyes used to turn yellow a lot, joint pains, and was a weakling at times. But we didn't know until around about the age of 14, when one doctor thought to run some tests, and it was discovered that I was a sickle cell trait. And despite being a sickle cell trait, though I wasn't meant to sickle, but I tend to get the jaundice. I tend to get the joint pains. My blood count at times goes low, and I had to readjust my lifestyle, taking a lot of fluids, ensuring that eating healthy, not missing any of my meals, taking my folates. I'm on folic acid every day, taking my folates. And with time, I got to learn when I was sickling, even though I'm not meant to sickle as a sickle cell trait. I could see when my eyes are turning yellow, and it was a clear sign that I'm not feeling well, or I'm not doing well.
Let's switch gears a bit, and when life changed for the better, or I guess you starting your own family began, and you met your husband. Tell us about that season.
Matt, I usually joke that I'd say he found me because he met me at my doorstep. Yeah, he came to pick his cousin who was a former schoolmate, and one thing led to another, and as we say, the rest is history. Before I knew it, and I found myself walking down the aisle at quite a young age, and God blessed us with 10 years, married young.
How old were you?
I was 25, and God gave us 10 years. Matt passed away later after 10 years.
What do you treasure most about the 10 years you had together?
When you talk about starting a family with him, what stands out to date for me, of course, there's the rest where I could choose to speak of what was between us. I had a soulmate, but I had an awesome father to our children.
Tell us about the first pregnancy and your baby.
Our first baby came a year after. Difficult pregnancy, very difficult pregnancy, but I thank God for a safe delivery. Our daughter was born on 3rd September 2006, a year after our marriage.
When did you discover something was wrong or different? Yeah.
She grew up as a normal child, and the normal ailments, never had any big issue or no sign of disability at all. But I thought she was quite a quiet baby. And I remember sharing with my mom one time, and my mom asked me, at 2 years, where do you expect this girl to be all chatty? they all meet their milestones at different times. So I thought to enroll her to a play group so that she would be able to interact with her peers. And on the first week, we were very surprised to receive a call, or rather, I received the call from school, and it was from the class teacher. It was from the headmistress, and she had a concern, and she said they had PE, it was games day on Friday, and they said despite blowing the whistle, our daughter kept on running and running, and they had to stop her, and they thought she might be deaf. And I wondered, I asked them, what are you talking about? Deaf? No.
Because you had no signs of this at home?
Not at all. She was only two. Jazzy had learned to lip read, seemed to have learned to lip read pretty early. I could ask her for the remote, she would bring it. She was saying a few words, yeah, but I never thought, deafness? No. And so the dad wasn't home. I went, I switched on the telly. I kept on increasing the volume, and no reaction. Yeah, no reaction from her. Took her to the microwave, it's beeping. No reaction. And I got very, very worried. That was a very long night for me. The dad came home, he could see something was wrong, but I just didn't know what to tell him. And the following day, on a Saturday morning, I thought I couldn't keep this to myself anymore. I shared the news with him, and he also didn't seem quite worried, and he said, we called the pediatrician, and we were told we could come in on Monday, and it was a long weekend for us, but on Monday, things really turned. The pediatrician did some basic tests, and I could see from the look on her face that there was a problem. And she quickly told us, you need to see someone called an audiologist immediately.
Okay, that's a specialist.
That's a specialist, an ENT specialist. And we couldn't wait. We quickly rushed and tried to push to get an appointment, and we were lucky to be seen. And we were told our child needed to be put to sleep, to be done for a major test to determine the degree of her hearing loss. And that afternoon, things took a different turn. You know, now she's being referred to as severe to profoundly deaf. That's the diagnosis we were being given. And you're wondering, when did this happen? How?
What thoughts ran through your mind in that moment?
Grace, we were shocked. We were broken. Jazzy and the dad had a very strong bond. The dad actually cut her cord. It was very fast labor, and the dad cut her cord. And for the dad, my man, my soulmate, who was always ever so strong, seeing him so broken, I was scared. I was worried, and we were told to fit her with hearing aids immediately, and this would help her a bit. And on that week, we struggled. They're not cheap. One piece goes for around about 80 to 100,000, and here we are looking at how fast we can be able to get this for her. And she was fitted with her hearing aids, and of course you are hoping for a quick fix. First we were told to raise the funds. We've managed, because the insurance offers a very minimal amount. Yeah, you have to cover the rest yourself. And here you are hoping for a quick fix, and you're thinking, okay, once she's fitted with the hearing aids, then she'll be able to start talking. But lo and to us, that wasn't the case.
On that note, let's take a very short break. We'll be right back and hear more about Jackie's journey. Please stay right there. Wash your hands and come back.
Niaje, mimi ndo Jonte Fresh. Mimi ndio nimetambulika hii Gikomba yote sekta ya manguo. Jumi transform nguo ordinary za mtush zenye ziuka mna hii harufu ya bail into the freshest igikosi yote. Siri ni hii Ariel mpya ya pink. Na kushow mtush zinang'ara kung'ara kushinda kamera. So clean, so fresh. Ma customer unaisana na hii story. Ninatumia Ariel touch of down mpya tu.
Ah, Helen Paul.
Hello, madam. Would you like to join us on this mission?
Yes, but how?
Just one question for you. How do you keep your toilet clean?
I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I've been using it for years.
Oh, madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes. To disinfect your toilet properly, you need Harpic 10X. It is specially made for germs and stains removal. Harpic's thick formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning compared to regular detergents and bleach.
Wow, now I'm convinced, Helen Paul.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that she's part of the mission, the next house is yours.
Kenya is on the rise. It is powered by you. You are innovative. You are passionate about the future. At Stima Sacco, we are a reflection of you. We are a stable, financially sound institution providing tailor-made services to add value to your life, time, and money. We are guided by your aspiration. We are Stima Sacco, a true reflection of you.
Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white clothes, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it.
Kwa majina mimi naitwa Martha Mwaijacho. Before niende training, Kenya ambacho nilikuwa nikifanya mtani, nilikuwa nikihustle nilikuwa nikiuza viatu vya Kiswahili. Nilijua na toolkit kupitia big ship ambayo inatoka Mikinani. After that toolkit ndio ikatupeleka Nita. Nikaitwa nikaenda Agol. Nilipoanza Agol, I got myself interested with scaffolding. Kanza scaffolding, I was the first lady. There was some challenges I used to pass through. Nilikuwa nikiambiwa nibebe materials, but kivyangu mimi nikajitia moyo nikasema no. Sitakuwa mtu wa kubeba materials. Nitakuwa mtu nataka kukua fundi. Right now I can go to 16 meters. I can walk. I'm ready for everything.
All right, be good. If you can't be good,
don't get caught.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Okay, who can give me the derivative of X?
what's going on?
Did you guys see that? Oh my god.
At 1:07 a.m., the Odyssey satellite received images of an object moving past Mars.
It's right over us.
I want to see. I didn't know it then, but that was the last normal day of my life.
We have reason to believe there's an imminent threat to this location.
All right, stay with your sister.
The waves have begun.
We are all surrounded by children, whether our own or society's, but the question here is, do we have the skill set to preserve life in case of an accident?
8 out of 10 parents do not know basic first aid.
I realized the eyes were rolling. She had already turned to blue.
It takes 6 minutes to lose a child's life when they choke.
Join us for Pediatric First Aid Conversation as we learn more from Alice Kibagendi, a parent and founder of Amara Initiative, and Dr. Super Tunje, a pediatrician.
What comes to your mind when you think of the perfect home for your family? Victory Gardens offers exactly that and much more. Call us today on 0790 300 300 or visit www.optivan.co.ke.
Amara Sanitizer is an alcohol-based sanitizer containing ethanol, which has a broad-spectrum antimicrobial activity, killing bacteria, viruses and fungi. Amara Sanitizer is enriched with aloe vera, making it gentle on your hands.
The day you found out your daughter had lost her hearing, or at least when it was discovered, I have to ask, could there have been a way, now in hindsight, or if you discovered later, could this have been detected earlier, prevented, or treatment? What is the process here in Kenya like?
We thank God for the net, and we went on the internet. We were both on the net with my husband, trying to get more information, and we were surprised to learn that in the developing countries, screening is done at birth, and with early screening, there's early intervention, and with proper amplification, where the child can either now get hearing aids. That's where now we learned about cochlear implants, which are more sophisticated and give better hearing, but it involves surgery.
It has to be done very early.
It should be done early because the window period of speech closes in for a child around about the age of 3 years. Yeah, so early intervention is key for the child to be able to develop speech. Yeah, and of course, it's not just about the intervention and you expect that your child starts to speak immediately. Then there's now the rehabilitation process, which involves speech therapy. And they start with learning sounds. And from sounds, you're able to blend. And that's where you s, a, t, and you blend, set, k, a, t, cut. And they slowly start to form words. And with words come sentences. And sentences, vocabulary is built over time. Yeah, so it's a journey that you have to be very, very patient. We never hid our child. We went everywhere with her. And people stopping you, what's that on her ear? The hearing aids used to beep, and now the cochlear implant looks like a Bluetooth. Someone asking, is that a Bluetooth? Because it has this...
These are strangers coming up to you.
Yes, stopping you so many times. And I learned to answer and with no shame. And I asked the doctor, I want to meet other parents like me. And he told me there are very many, but because of patient-doctor privacy, he told me, we can't give you the numbers. So I thought I'd do cards. I wrote out cards. I'm a mom. I made many cards. I'm a mom of a daughter who is hearing impaired, who's deaf. I'm looking out for other parents. Yeah, please reach out. These are my contacts. I'd love to meet you. So I left them at the doctor's clinic, and they were gracious enough to give out to many parents. And I was surprised to start getting calls. And when we got to around about 15, my late husband and I thought of hosting. But to my surprise, on that day when we hosted, the first couple of parents who came in, I did not see anything on their children's ears. So I'm like, is your child deaf? And so someone quickly removes the hearing aids from their bag. And they're like, oh, you know, it's taboo. My parents-in-law still have an issue with this. The stigma about it.
It's heavy, yeah?
It's really heavy. And of course, there's always the issue, it's from your side. There's no deafness from our side. Blaming each other. I'm grateful that my husband stood very firm for me. I got pregnant again, and the fear was real, and also a very, very difficult pregnancy. And you're hoping against hope. You're thinking, it can't happen again. And it did. It did.
How many years apart?
George is 9 now. Jazzy is 13. They have an age gap of around
About 4 years. Or
Yeah,
3 years.
yeah.
Yet still it happened again.
Hoping beyond hope that this would happen again. And around about 2 years, we started seeing the signs again. And we struggled with going for the test. We struggled to take George for screening. And we realized we were running out of time, and we had to take the bold step and have him screened. And again, the same diagnosis, severe to profoundly deaf.
What was going through your mind and your emotional space?
It broke me. It was hard. It was really, really hard. Well, their dad was very strong. He told me, you know what, sweets? We walked this journey. We know how it goes. We can do this again. But for me, I think my biggest struggle was knowing how hard it was to get Jersey where she was. And I wasn't sure I had the strength to do this again. But because of his support, family support, I had to pull myself together very fast. People just don't know how to deal also with words. And others just openly asking you that, like, really? The second child, again with the same disability? It was painful. But I quickly embraced myself and learned that, comforted myself that he gives no gift that adds sorrow. He gives no gift that adds sorrow. That despite our children having special needs, their gifts all the same, just differently packaged. And I learned to love on them and to be their greatest support system with their dad. Deafness is not a taboo. It's not a taboo. There is help out there, and deaf children can be able to lead fairly normal lives. My firstborn now, my eldest daughter is 13. She's developed speech, very strong. I say she also takes over after my mom and her late grandma.
So she can speak?
My daughter can speak. She's been able to develop speech. My son has been able to develop speech also. And it's been a journey, not easy, Grace. When I thought life had given me a real blow, I lost their dad in a tragic accident when George was just 3 years. Matt was an architect by profession, but had a passion for biking. One Sunday, a day that started out beautiful, went for church. He was a professional rider. They used to race. And he has to go out for a ride. They were practicing. They had a race coming up. And he was out with his team in Tigoni. And I was out with the kids. And we were waiting for him. He was meant to join us around about midday. And as I called his phone went unanswered, which was quite unlike him. With family calls, no matter where he was, he would excuse himself and answer. But this took longer, and I kept on calling. But I did not know that Matt was already down. Matt had already passed on. And the fellow bikers were around the phone, and they just didn't know how to break the news to me over phone. But I started getting now many phone calls, and some questions were quite leading. Where are you? And
so from the bikers themselves, they reached out eventually?
Yes, and his friends. And one of his close friends asked me that I needed to get home very fast.
Okay.
And
did you suspect anything?
I did. Now I did, and I told him, you need to tell me what is happening. Is Matt hurt? How badly hurt is he? But he wasn't answering me much. He just kept on insisting, you need to get home. You need to get home very fast. As we drove into the compound, I saw the many bikers. And getting out of the car, they met me. And they broke the news that Matt was in an accident and he died instantly. He died instantly.
Sorry, Jackie. Hearing those words, what did that, what was that moment like for you?
I was numb. Pain was so much. I thought it would consume me. State of total confusion. Asking God, how would this happen? How would you let this happen? We've loved you. We've served you. I mourned for the children. I thought, if this is so hard for me, what about these little children? And I asked for time to break the news to them. The kids were now crying, confused. I took time.
Understandably. Did they understand?
To let them know. Jazzy and Jean were old. They did understand. Even George, I think. And seeing the kids so broken. Children were so broken. I wish I could take their pain and bear it for them.
I think we'll take a short break. We'll be right back. Stay right there.
We all are looking for products to protect ourselves from viruses, but not all products protect us. Did you know that using Dettol soap and water protects against viruses? Many viruses are surrounded by an envelope with receptors that enable them to enter a human cell and cause infection. Dettol soap destroys the outer layer of the virus and effectively removes it. Protect your family from the spread of viruses with Dettol. Dettol cleans and is now tested and proven to be effective against COVID-19 virus. This has been Medifax for Dettol.
You in the pollution? Yes, you. Dry throat? Strepsils. Gal in the smoke with a raspy voice? Strepsils. Hello, in the downpour with a scratchy throat? Take Strepsils. Get soothing relief for any throat irritation. Strepsils with its medicinal ingredients will heal the harm down to your throat from external factors. Strepsils. Strepsils for a dry, itchy, raspy, scratchy throat.
My whole life is in my phone. Niko na simu ya baba. Niko na simu ya baba. Niko na simu ya baba. Mimi niko sawa. Niko na simu ya baba. Kanipicha simu ya baba. Shine up your A moment, yeah.
We all are looking for products to protect ourselves from viruses, but not all products protect us. Did you know that using Dettol soap and water protects against viruses? Many viruses are surrounded by an envelope with receptors that enable them to enter a human cell and cause infection. Dettol soap destroys the outer layer of the virus and effectively removes it. Protect your family from the spread of viruses with Dettol. Dettol cleans and is now tested and proven to be effective against COVID-19 virus. This has been Medifax for Dettol.
What makes a Kenyan dental mom powerful?
I encourage my kids to learn new things, and if they get hurt, I rely on the power of my Dettol's One Capful. To fight germs, it's like my own first aid kit.
My family needs protection from germs. I use the power of Dettol's One Capful to disinfect surfaces and clothes to keep them clean and safe from germs.
I trust the power of Dettol's One Capful for bathing. The power of Dettol's One Capful protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Dettol, Kenya's #1 antiseptic for fighting germs. Become a powerful Kenyan mom with Dettol. Be 100% sure.
When I'm on nights, so restless tissue makes my days worthless. I need to recharge energy. Get a full night's sleep with Always Ultra. For stacks of tissue and no competition. For its long-lasting protection. Long days, I'm fearless. Here comes the boss lady. Multitasking flawless. My kids will get the best. I'm a boss lady. Always starts now with 50 shillings. Stay happy always.
Wakenya, hii fight hatukuchagua, lakini tuko na choice. Tuchague kujilinda. Tuchague kuprotect familia zetu. Tuchague usafi. Kuosha mikono. Kuosha manyumba zetu. Ndio tulinde watoto wetu. Na tuvae mask. Future yetu iko mikononi mwetu. Kenya, let's do it for the ones we love.
We are all surrounded by children, whether our own or society's, but the question here is, do we have the skill set to preserve life in case of an accident?
8 out of 10 parents do not know basic first aid.
I realized the eyes were rolling. She had already turned to blue.
It takes 6 minutes to lose a child's life when they choke.
Join us for Pediatric Fast Aid Conversation as we learn more from Alice Kibagendi, a parent and founder of Amara Initiative, and Dr. Super Tunje, a pediatrician.
What comes to your mind when you think of the perfect home for your family? Victory Gardens offers exactly that and much more. Call us today on 0790 300 300 or visit www.optivan.co.ke.
Change can be disruptive, but Business Daily has got you covered. Get evolving market trends, ingenious business ideas, and the latest tech content in the new market dynamic and exciting lifestyle content in the new normal environment. Business Daily. More possibilities.
Amara Sanitizer is an alcohol-based sanitizer containing ethanol, which has a broad-spectrum antimicrobial activity, killing bacteria, viruses, and fungi. Amara Sanitizer is enriched with aloe vera, making it gentle on your hands.
Welcome back to the show. Thank you for staying with us. Jackie, I feel like my next question is, how do you do it all? Only strength and grace and having it in abundance, taking care of your children and then losing your soulmate, as you call him, in the midst of all of that. How do you do it?
Yeah, grace. I've held on to God and to my faith, my support system. I'm blessed with an amazing family. My family has stood by me. My church has stood by me. And around about that time, around about 6 months, I joined a widow support group. I'd received many calls from many widows asking me to join, but I just wasn't ready yet. How could I be a widow at this age. I think the first thing that the support group taught me is that I have to build a very strong backbone. During the funerals, you have very many people. People speak, we'll be there, we'll stand with you. And that's one of the things that the older widows first taught us, that you have to build a strong backbone, because you have to realize that a time will come that you stand. It's for you to stand and be there for your children.
How do you do that, though?
With the support of my family. I have not shied away to ask for help. It's been difficult on days like Sports Day, when George cries out that he wants a male figure for the daddy race. He wants us to, and I can't do it, and I have to rely on my brothers, on my siblings to step up. I can't do it alone. Our widows support group, our slogan is His will, His way, our faith, that we've accepted God's will and His way to take our spouses, but we hold on to our faith. And our motto is that we'll be able to live again, we'll be able to heal, we'll be able to grow and thrive. And that is where I am at. I turned 40 recently.
And congratulations, that's a milestone.
It is. I'm told life begins at 40, and that's my prayer, that God will be able to renew, He'll be able to restore, He'll be able to redeem. He'll be able to redeem the years that I've lost, because I feel I've lost a number of years. I can account for a number of years in my life.
You had 10 years together. You have beautiful children. What is your hope for the next season?
I believe He'd wish for me to stand strong and carry on His legacy. Matt passed away at 43, and I came to learn it's not about the number of years you live, but the life in those years, and he lived fully, and he left a legacy. And I have to carry on that legacy. These children, right now, I'm all they have. So on days that I can't walk, I crawl. And on days that I can't crawl, I hold on to the Father. And I tell Him, won't you carry me? Won't you carry me? Because I have to work. I have to be strong for them, even when I'm crashing inside. And I have to support them. And sadly, I lost my brother recently, in a sudden death also. And it's like, it really took me back. And it's like grieving again from my mom to Matt, and now to my bro. But I'm glad that I'm in a better place now. I've connected back to my faith. Holding on to God and reminding Him that you are the father to the fatherless. The greatest defender of all widows is you, God, in your holy dwelling. Is you, God, in your holy dwelling. I want to speak out to the parents of children of special needs who are very dear to me, and to widows. You have to pick up yourself. You have to stand for your children, because you are the main support system that they do have. And you can be able to live again, heal, grow, and thrive again. To the parents with children with special needs, celebrate your children. They are a gift from God. And He gives no gift that adds sorrow. I have 3 deaf children We have Daniel, who came home to us from New Life Home. And many think that the adoption or foster process is very hard. It's not.
What led you to that decision?
Daniel found us. I think these children, there's a way that they also pick us. We think we are picking them, but they pick us. And as we were giving to the home, we just bonded with him. And we felt he would do better in a home setup. And despite all my struggles, people thinking I was crazy. How can you add on to another struggle and another? I don't want to talk to him, refer to him as a problem, because it's not. We brought him home. And he's brought so much joy to us too. And so that's why I'm very passionate about creating awareness that something can be done about deafness. And for those who are scared about adoption, the homes are full. It's up to open up our homes, open up our hearts. Matt used to say he'd wish to have many children. I know where he is. He's smiling down upon us. And if I could, I'd take on many, many more.
God bless you, Jackie.
My quiver is full. I am blessed. I am blessed.
What I love about you, Jackie, is through it all, you see the blessing. You see God's providence and grace and mercy. And thank you for bringing that onto the set today, onto those watching at home. How can people reach you if they need this assistance? Because this could be your legacy. This could be that purpose that you never saw happening in your life, but here it is.
I speak much about the support groups because the support groups have really helped me. For the special needs children, the deaf, hearing impaired, deaf children, our support group is called Hands and Voices. You can reach us on Facebook. You can reach us on the main website. Our mother chapter is in the US, Hands and Voices chapter Kenya. Our contacts are there. Please reach out. We meet often. To the widows, our support group is Taraja Widows Trust. We also on Facebook. Our main slogan is Mjane Inua Mjane. A widow to lift another widow up. Please reach out.
Thank you, Jackie. What are you most grateful for through everything?
Grace, through it all, I've learned to trust in Jesus. I've learned to trust in him. I've seen his hand. He's come through for me in so many ways. I'm grateful for his grace that has been sufficient on many dark days. I'm grateful to my family for their support, that they've held me and carried me on many dark days. I'm grateful to my church that has given me spiritual nourishment and supported me and reminded me of Mama's words that God is good all the time. I'm grateful to my colleagues who have extended grace when I've not been at my best and supported me. I'm grateful to the medics, to the many medics, to the many doctors who have looked out for our children, to the professionals, the speech therapists, to the teachers who give so much to our children who have special needs, who extend grace to them and love them unconditionally. I give thanks to them too, and I remain forever grateful.
We thank God for a good support system, and we wish you all the very best. Like you said, you're now in your best years. Your best years are ahead. We wish you all the best. Restoration, healing, peace, and joy. May you smile in the years to come now. We wish you and the children well. Thank you for sharing your story, for being brave and honest. We appreciate it. We hope to someone at home who's watching. Jackie's story has touched you, has spoken to you. She shared her details if you need to reach out. And I guess just a reminder, in this season and always, let's just be empathetic to each other. You never know what someone is going through. So let's keep that in mind as we move forward in life, especially in this season. Stay positive, stay safe, stay well. God bless and good night. See you next week.
Sensitivity pain fast with Sensodyne Rapid Action for clinically proven relief in 60 seconds.
Mmekaribishwa.
Asante.
Mujisikie mko nyumbani.
Huyu ni kama hajakula kitu. Niko na njaa.
Haya, ngoja.
Oda. Hapa tunakula mzima mzima. Malenge. Sizile ndio ungetupatia kuliko hii.
Ile ni ya wageni wangu wanakuja.
Lazima tuchore anti. Bela lala. Oi!
Nini tena?
Liabu akifanya hivi unampatia kitu tamu.
Selector, bigger, tasty, and healthy. And now Selector comes with free Choco Primo drinking chocolate for a limited period of time.
Ile utamu iko hapa, watafurahia sana.
The quietness of our homes as we enjoy living alone has become our new normal. The loving stories with our parents, a reminder of days gone by. And we have toys, food, phones, keys, and many other items and pieces of furniture that need cleaning to have a safe place. New Ace ready-to-use disinfectant contains hydrogen peroxide, which is an antimicrobial chemical disinfection and sterilization of all your surfaces safely and hygienically. Ace, we make your home feel brand new.
As we battle COVID-19 and adjust to life's new normal, the University of Nairobi encourages you to pursue your career development goals. Applications are ongoing for the June and September 2020 programs for diploma, bachelor's, master's and PhDs in all our campuses with online classes available. Prevent the spread of COVID-19 by following the government health guidelines. The University of Nairobi is a world-class university committed to scholarly excellence.
Niko sawa. Ni venye nimetoka clinic na baba Brenda.
Mume wako anakubali
mwende hospitali pamoja. Kwangu hata nimlipe hauwezi kubali.
Ilibidi twende na yeye nipimwe. Yeye apimwe. Kama kuna HIV nipewe dawa ndio mtoto asipate HIV.
Wanaume wenzangu, kuandamana na mama akienda clinic na pia kujua hali yako ya HIV ni muhimu. Inaonyesha unamjali na pia unajali mtoto wako mtarajio. Je, unajijua?
Unapoendelea kujikinga kutokana na HIV, tafadhali zingatia taratibu zote za serikali za kujikinga na virusi vya korona.
Afya bora, maisha bora. Jipime, jiinue.
Pembe Flour, your most trusted quality brand for over 3 decades.